Well, hi folks, lovely sunny evening, coming towards the end of August now, nearly into September, so I'll just give you probably be a final roundup from up at the plot for the whole general thing. Show you what's going on. Cleared all my peas and the final shallots out of that bit there, and I've sown some turnips, the Milan purple top ones. Leeks are doing alright. I've got a few that are going to seed, which is a bit disappointing, like that one as you can see. But I think most of them are doing alright. And they're looking quite nice, quite thick. I think I'll grow them a bit wider apart next year because I think that could be shocking them into going to seed. So this bed now, completely empty apart from that. So what I've been doing, I've just been hoeing off all the weeds just to keep it sort of weed free. And because this is my no dig bed, there will be no digging going on. I'll just get some compost, spent tomato compost, spent potato compost. I might try and get hold of some spent mushroom compost, and all I'll do, like I've done for the last couple of years, is just spread it on the top and let the worms do all the work for me, because it's worked for the last 2 years. I've had the best crops I've ever had, same, you know, as good as ever, no disasters, so it seems to work, and it's a lot easier than digging it every year. So that's the main bed. The potatoes, the sarpo mirrors that I thought had blight, apparently it's not blight, it's just a nutrient deficiency because they're such hungry eaters. Like the bloke from the Sarpo Institute said, it can't be blight because these ones here that are less blight resistant haven't got a spot on them, so it's, like I said, it's just some kind of mineral or sort of nutrient deficiency because they are so hungry. So I've just given them a bit of a feed, and we'll let them plug along and see how long they grow, and then I'll empty them out, because I did empty one out the other day and he got £8, but I'll just keep them growing and see how long we get. The giant runner beans, these have been really neglected this year, but even having said that, I'll try and show you the length of one. There you go, without snapping it off. It'll be over 2 foot long, that one. And there are some others on, like that. I've tried to thin them down to sort of one a plant. Oh, sorry, one a truss, that's quite a big one there. So we'll see, it's just for fun anyway. I'm not expecting to get anything with these, but we'll leave them to grow, and when it comes to show time, if I do enter, I'll just pick the biggest ones and see what we get. So into my other part, and I've got some giant runner beans growing here. These look even bigger actually. There's some monstrous ones on there, big thick ones. But I think I've left too many on a plant, but like I say, we'll see, it's only for fun. Kale still firing away. I've got a few thistles growing in amongst it now, but still just keep taking the leaves. Plenty coming, so that's okay. A couple of the lettuces have gone to seed, the little gems there. Absolutely flown to seed, those. But I've still got the odd frilly one left. I'll just get around here and try and show you these cabbages, which I'm quite pleased with. It's a bit sunny, but whether you can see. I'm getting some nice heads on some of the savoys now, so it shouldn't be too long, about another month. There's one over there, and the red ones, it's a bit bright. Getting some nice heads on the red ones as well, so that's good. But apart from that, in this bed, just a few spring onions left. This is where all the normal onions were, that all just needs hoeing and leaving because I've nothing else to plant in there. So really, we've not got a lot growing at the moment. So we'll go into the Polytunnel and have a look. Still growing daft in here. Courgettes there, still plonking them out, look. Just keep growing up and up and up because I keep supporting them with the sticks. And there is actually one that's a bit of a rogue one that started a little side shoot down there, so I've just trained that up a stick. In fact, there's a big one on there, so it just keeps producing. The French beans, I'm really getting tired of eating them now. They're just hanging off. Absolutely bunches of them. And they're still coming. I think this is one of the best crops I've had, really. French bean wise this year. They started off quite poorly, and then as soon as they started growing along, they started producing. So I'm staring into the sun, so you probably won't be able to see, but there's not much to see. Giant tomatoes have flopped this year. Giant potatoes are starting to die back now, but there are the signs of some giant potatoes on there, so once it all dies off, I'll dig one up and we'll see what we've got. Carrots I won't go over because I don't want to trip over the marrow. Now I can't remember how big it was last time I showed you it, but it has grown a little bit since then. We'll reveal all. If you bear with, I'll show you. So there she is. I put my hand in. It's probably about 20 or 30 pound now. It's about 3 or 4 weeks maybe to grow. So We might get a giant one, I don't know, but it's certainly a lot more promising than it was about 3 weeks ago when I couldn't get one to set. So I'm just going to keep it covered up, try and keep it soft so it doesn't ripen, and hopefully it should keep growing. So that's about all there is in here. We'll just nip back to the old greenhouse and I'll show you what's been going on over there. Alright folks, I'll just show you what I'm doing with all my onions this year. I've had the best crop of onions ever, and I'm just leaving them in this little greenhouse here just to dry off, shrivel up. They're doing that nicely like that. As you see, I'm just leaving the whole leaves and roots on, and the tops will just shrivel up, and then once I get to that stage, maybe another week or two, I can just chop the tops off and they'll be perfect to store. But like I said, I just leave all the roots and the leaves on to dry out, draw as much moisture out of the bulb as possible, so they've got a better chance of storing without getting any moulding. What I never do is just chop these off straight after pulling them, because I find that I can get botrytis into the bulb that way. So if you let them dry out with all the leaves on, it shrivels up, and for me personally anyway, that's the way I do it. That's the garlic I just pulled, all on racks again. Got tons of it this year. Nice, same thing, just going to leave all the roots and leaves on, as you can see. Full sun in the greenhouse. A couple of months it'll all shrivel up and we should be good to go. And likewise again, got absolutely tons of shallots doing the same. I'll show you the banana shallots, same thing. Just leave the tops on and the roots and just let them gradually shrivel up, and then again in a couple of months the tops will disintegrate to nothing and you can just chop the roots and leaves off and store them. But this greenhouse is absolutely jam-packed now, full of onions, shallots and garlic. It's a fair old smell in here folks, smells like a Frenchman's boudoir. There's that much garlic going on, so really good crop this year, and that's how I hopefully store them. Well, I thought I'd just give you a quick look around the greenhouse as is, show you what's going on. It's bright as anything today, full sun out, absolutely roasting. So I'm having a job seeing into my lens, but these tumbling tomatoes, as you can see, just keep coming. Some are shrivelling up a bit, there's a mulling bottle on there, but they just keep producing, so fantastic. Cucumber's looking a bit sickly now, but it's still putting a few cucumbers out, look. The last one, so we should be getting some into September time, which is fine, which is great. Sowed a few more bits and pieces, a few little spring onions and some more lettuce there just to go in the polytunnel when the marrow comes out, hopefully. And the big tomatoes are all ripening up now. These are the Shirleys, I've been taking some. They're quite small compared to some, I mean, having some whoppers like that, look at that, if I show you that. Just the old Shirley variety. As I said, I tie them up with string because the weight of the truss can snap the string off, truss off. But everything's coming at once now. All the sort of bigger tomatoes, the bigger plants are coming and ripening off. The giant onion seeds, as you can see now, they're all swelling up, forming the seeds, and I'll give those about another month, and then they'll start to dry out, and then they'll fall out. So before they fall out, I'll take them home, and then we should get plenty of seed from those, but there's plenty to go at. As you can see, all the heads are nicely set with seed. Chilli plants are perked up now. I thought they were looking really small and straggly, but I'm getting loads of pods on now. Absolutely loads on. Some more of the cherry tomatoes there, the tumbly ones. They just fall on the floor though for some reason, if you can see. They just drop off before they're ripe, so. But they've been good this year. Spuds in pots. These are the second lot of spuds for sort of earlies, late earlies if you will. Some Nicola left over. So they should be ready in whenever, October time. Peppers have done really well this year, absolutely brilliant this year. They're not ripening up yet, but I'm eating them green because I don't mind them. As you can see, I'm getting plenty on. It's probably a bit bright in this, straight into the sun, but no shortage of peppers. And another chilli there. If you can see at the back, probably not because I'm looking into the sun, there are some ripening up. But they're a lovely plant. But no, so far, coming to the sort of September time, things are perking up. The little cherries have stopped and now the big ones are ripening up. Cherry tomatoes, big tomatoes. So that's how we're doing in the greenhouse.